Is mm, at some point I started my journey, my spiritual journey. I was starting to read books of to help you spiritually, new age books, new age stuff, religions,
What was
like
the first book you read in Islam?
the Quran.
Subhanallah. Let's
That
start
was
with the big
that was the first one.
translation.
Translation, Spanish translation. Uh, the translator was a priest, a Spanish priest, Julio Cortés, I think is the name. Yeah. So yeah. To be honest, if right now I wouldn't recommend that translation. I would say it's a mm, more accurate translation would be from Isa Garcia, brother from Argentina. But even though I read that translation, it just entered to my heart, to my mind.
So, what was the first feeling or first impression when you opened the Quran or read the Quran? What was you expecting, and how did it? What was your expectation from the first thing?
To be honest, before I started to read the Quran, I didn't have the intention of becoming a Muslim. It was just my intention was being knowledgeable about this religion and whatever is truth about it, just know about it. Yeah.
Okay, so you wasn't your idea that I'm gonna take a shahada. You were just
Not
like
at all. I
I'm
didn't even
studying.
know what Shahada is.
Okay, so you were just taking like name any other books.
Yeah,
You want
because
to know.
mainly because at that time I didn't know that there was something, there was rules, or there was one specific God that you need to believe in and to obey. But my belief at that time was something more like generic, like there is something else, like a source of something. And but as long as you're a good person and you're good with people, that was enough. Something like that.
Do you remember the first word touched your heart? I'm talking about Quran when you first started reading. What was that word?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember the exact words, but I remember the concept. Yeah, the meaning.
Just open
Which
the
is,
book for us. Just open the book. The green tea. Come in.
Good morning.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah, so that was mainly when, in life you always have trials and struggles, sometimes facing some challenges, and sometimes they're hard, right? So they make you feel very bad, and since I came across these situations, I knew that at some point we need something that helped you out from that to live to overcome that situation. So when I was reading the Quran, one of the big words that got my attention was, or touched my heart, was when they talk about those good people that they struggle with trials and they believe in God and they do good. The reward is going to be Jannah. It's going to be paradise. Yeah, and that was one of the best things. The believing that after you struggle very hard in this life,
So how did
you have a reward. And there's something that where at some point you're going to feel release.
How did you compare it? This is the word of God, and we're talking
Yeah.
about that's a divine revelation.
Yeah.
And there are many hundreds of other books you read as well. How did you make that judgment that this is going to be true? Because also the other books you'll find is interesting too. How did you make that judgment? Did you?
Yeah, to be honest, in fact, I started with other books other than the Quran, but once I finished those books, for example, The Power of Now of Edgar Tolle is the name, I think, German professor, I think, and yeah, at some point I just wanted to read Quran just to know about it, and
Okay.
that's it. So I
Before you
didn't
take
have
your shahada, did you ever thought that if you take shahada, how would your family react? And because you are almost living your parents' religion, like something were they religious?
Yeah, well, my household was a bit of a mix because my mother and my sister, they are Catholic. They are not practicing. My father is a communist, so he's atheist. And my brother, I think he believes in something, but
So
he
it was quite
doesn't
easy.
practice anything.
So quite easy environment. So you're
Yeah. So it was very open. In fact, I wasn't baptized, for example. My sister, she got baptized, my brother as well. But me, I wasn't baptized, for example. So it was not very strict in any position, either religious or not religious.
Did you lose anyone by becoming Muslim? Did you lose any friends?
Yeah,
family?
you lose.
You lose money, yeah?
You lose. That's inevitable because once